guys, welcome back to my channel, and in today's video we're going to be talking about something that I know a lot of you guys are not going to like, but it was actually suggested to me by someone who watches my videos, and they wanted to hear my opinions and thoughts on it, and that is the idea of Amy and Ty dying in a car crash in Heartland Season 14. But before we get into that, just a couple of quick things I need to get out of the way first. One, if you like this video and want to see more Heartland videos in the future, make sure you leave a like on the video. Leaving a like on a YouTube video is the best way to let any YouTuber know that you want to see more of a certain type of video. So if you want to see more Heartland videos in the future, make sure you leave a like on the video. And talking about seeing more videos from me in the future, if you could please hit the red subscribe button and help me reach my goal of 20,000 subscribers, I would really appreciate that. But now with that out of the way, let's get into today's video. So as I said in the beginning, this is the idea and my thoughts on if Amy and Ty die in a car crash, what would happen, how would they go about it, and how would it affect the story. As I've said multiple times, and I know when I talk about the death of any character, you guys hate it. But let's be real, the death of any character is going to affect the show in a major way. And Amy and Ty are, in many people's minds and opinions, the main characters. So especially when it comes to a main character, anything that happens to them is a major change in the story, because then if they end up dying, then guess what? They're not going to be there anymore. So then what's going to happen to the rest of the show? How are they going to carry on? And what is the rest of the show going to be like? So first of all, we need to talk about how would they go about writing a car crash into Heartland, and how would they go about portraying that and showing it in the upcoming season. So like any show, you have to be smart when it comes to writing. Especially when it comes to the main characters, writers have to know what they're doing, because they are the main characters. Anything that happens to them will emotionally affect the fans. Spoiler alert, as I always say, you are emotionally connected to these characters, whether you want to believe it or not. So anything that happens to them affects you, and writers are very aware of that. It might not seem like they are at some points, but they are. So when you're dealing with the death of a main character, it has to be done in a way that makes sense to the story, but also does not have fans be upset. And the best way that I can think of that this is done is in the MCU universe with the Avengers Endgame movie. Basically all of the Avengers, not all of them, but basically all of them, ended up dying. And yeah, it was emotional. It was hard to watch, and I still can't watch Avengers Endgame without crying, but it was done in a way that progresses the storyline, and that is the same thing that will happen with Heartland. Just like it did in the Avengers Endgame movie, when all those Avengers died, it brought about the next phase of the MCU, and the same with Heartland. If Amy and Ty die, it will bring on the next generation of Heartland, which is, I've said before, is how I think Heartland is written, is to focus on generations. So, why a car crash then? Well, it goes about progressing the storyline, as I've already said, but car crashes also add a unique storyline to any TV show. Any catastrophe or tragic event or anything like that is something that a TV show writer will often use to express and to progress a storyline in a way that makes sense and express the emotions that come with losing a family member. Because then not only do you have the car crash storyline, but they have to correctly express the emotions of the other characters, like Jack, Lou, Lyndy, like what's going to happen to her, Tim, and all of them. So how would they go about writing it that makes sense? Well, maybe Amy and Ty are on their way to a horse clinic, and they get rear-ended by someone, and car crash. They're basically traveling either to or from a horse clinic out of town, and they get into an accident and get brought to the hospital, and then you have a couple of episodes where you're dealing with them being in the hospital. Maybe it seems like they're going to recover, but then they take a turn for the worst, and then they end up passing away. Now, let me make this very clear. I don't want them to die. I love their characters. Amy and Ty, in a lot of people's heads, including mine, are the main characters of Heartland. While they might not be my favorite characters, their characters are important to the show. But then again, important characters, also whatever happens to them greatly progresses the storyline, as I've said, and that is something that writers are extremely aware of. So if they go about it properly, it will also add a very interesting storyline and story arc to season 14. And talking about dramatic storylines for a second, dramatic storylines greatly affect the ratings of any show, because dramatic storylines keep people wanting to come back for more episodes every week, say on Sunday. That made no sense. Let me try to explain that better. So basically, a TV show that's, say, for example, Heartland premieres every Sunday night. If CBC wants to do a Heartland 15, 16, 17, season 15, 16, 17, 18, whatever, the way they will determine if Heartland can be picked up for season 15, 16, 17, whatever, is by the amount of people that are watching Heartland every week live when it premieres. Like sitting down in front of their TV, watching the episode live, watching all the advertisements and stuff like that. And the best way to keep people from coming back and not watching something else on Sunday night is a dramatic storyline. Because dramatic storylines often bring about the questions like, well, are they going to die? Are they sick? What's going to happen to Amy? What's going to happen to Ty? But then wait, what is going to happen to their family at home? What about Lyndy? Then you have the whole storyline of Lyndy. And then, see, like, everything that happens to any character, there's other characters that you need to take into effect as well. Like Lyndy. Who's going to take care of her? Is Lou going to take care of her? Is Jack going to take care of her? Is Lisa going to take care of her? Then if Amy and Ty pass away, what's going to happen to their vet clinic? Is Georgie going to end up taking it over? Is Quinn going to end up taking it over? So anything that happens to a main character greatly affects the storyline. And as I said, whether you want to believe it or not, dramatic storylines and storylines that keep people coming back every Sunday night are extremely important for the future of the show. Again, I don't want Amy and Ty to die, but if they were to die in a car crash, like say on their way to a horse clinic or whatever, it would not only provide a interesting storyline, but also provide the dramatic storyline that people need and that CBC needs to see to progress Heartland on to season 15, 16, 17, etc., etc. So, with that being said, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Would you continue to watch if something like this was to happen? Maybe Amy and Ty don't get into a car crash and it's another character. Who knows? But either way, dramatic storylines and things that greatly affect the story and just the entire show are greatly needed and very important when writing a TV show, especially one that's been on for as long as Heartland has. So let me know down in the comment section down below. Do you think this would be a good idea? Why or why not? Please don't tell me that I'm being stupid or that I need to shut up or that I should stop making videos, because this wasn't my idea, it was someone else's. Please be kind in the comment section down below. Nobody really understands how much time it takes and how much thought go into these videos. So if you could please drop a comment down below, leave a like on the video, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any future Heartland videos. I would really appreciate it. But with that being said, I'm going to go. Goodbye.